been around 5 years since Cyberpunk 2077 was revealed, and it feels like here in the beginning of 2018 things are finally picking up. It was just last week that the Cyberpunk Twitter account posted for the first time in 5 years with a simple one-word tweet being beep. And oddly enough, that also came on the 5-year anniversary of the first teaser trailer for this upcoming game. But it was also just last week that it reported that Sony had received an early tech demo of Cyberpunk 2077. And now to the other day, one of Poland's largest gaming websites dropped a pretty massive leak, which partially overlaps with what my source told me. Now what is being claimed is coming from two independent sources that spoke to this Polish website, and they're claiming the following. The new game by CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077, might be presented in public during E3, which begins on June 12th this year. We've recently learned that the Warsaw-based studio will fly to Los Angeles with a fully playable demo that will be available for journalists and other media representatives behind closed doors. This article continues on with, according to our sources, a new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 is said to be one of the highlights of the conferences that always takes place before the expo opens its doors. After all, it would seem natural for CD Projekt Red to strike a deal with one of the big companies like Microsoft or Sony, which have their presentations during E3. That's exactly what happened with The Witcher 3, which was presented during Microsoft's Xbox briefing back in 2013. What's more, the studio is rumored to present a playable demo at closed showcases during the actual expo. This means that it's not unlikely that a serious chunk of gameplay with developer commentary will be released online at the same time. So exactly what I expected seems to be what could be really happening, but it also seems that Cyberpunk 2077 is closely following The Witcher 3's marketing, which makes me believe that this game could be aiming for an early to mid 2019 release, which I think would make a lot of sense based off the current state of the game. Now, one key thing that a lot of people are not mentioning is that an E3 2018 reveal would and should be already planned based off of comments made by CD Projekt's joint CEO, Marcin Nowinski, back in May of 2017, in which he said the following: "The promotional campaign for Cyberpunk 2077 is already planned. Its main element is the surprise, so I cannot even say when it will begin, simply because it has to come as a surprise. Nothing is confirmed, but it seems extremely probable that at E3 2018 we are going to get our first real look at Cyberpunk 2077. And it also should be noted that the editor-in-chief of this Polish website responded to one user comment who simply wrote bullshit, and the response was, save this page and come back here in June, we'll talk then. So it does seem that they are very confident in their sources, and to be honest, I think everything is coming together and pointing straight at an E3 2018 reveal, but that's just my opinion. Now there is one more thing that we need to discuss, and that involves the recent office images of CD Projekt Red, which revealed some teases and hints at the world of Cyberpunk 2077. Some of the most notable finds being the weaponry that they are modeling, the Cyberpunk 2077 poster outlining key points for the game, and then signs on various rooms, one of which mentioning Arasaka, a Japanese company that has played a big role in Cyberpunk's lore. Recently, the Mad Queen show, probably one of the best sources of Cyberpunk 2077 content, discussed and went in depth with some of the signs that were besides rooms in CD Projekt Red's offices, and it appears that she may have uncovered the true meaning of why these signs are up. As she noted, it seems that Night City is going to be built with a level system in mind, meaning that within the top level or the skyscrapers, you'll have the rich and fancy living, the mid-level or streets will be more of just the average people and shops, and then the low level will be underground, in which a lot of the illegal activity will occur. Now the connection that's been found is based off of Cyberpunk's lore, in which it's known that Pacifica is an upper-class residential suburb of Night City located along the cliff walls of the Pacific coast. So Pacifica represents the top level. Haywood is a light industrial area that lies on the east of the Del Coronado Bay between Rancho Coronado and North Oak, so Haywood represents the mid-level, and that leads us into the mysterious cavern sign, which is believed to represent the underground or the low level. So we already know based off of past leaks that the world is going to be massive, but it looks like it's going to be massive in a way that many of us have not thought of. In some other recent news, it appears that CD Projekt Project Red has hired a real-life car concept artist, and based on his work and the fact that we know that there will be vehicles in Cyberpunk 2077, we can kind of get an idea of what they may be looking to include in this futuristic dystopian setting. Also, based on a recent IMDb posting, it's been found the musical composers of Cyberpunk 2077, which will be Brian Mantia and Melissa Reese. Brian and Melissa both worked together on Infamous 2 and Infamous Second Son's music, so if you enjoyed those games' music, more than likely you'll enjoy Cyberpunk 2077's. Additionally, an interview from last year has been uncovered in which Brian discussed doing Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack, saying, "I'm also working on the soundtrack for the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. This project in particular has been a little challenging because the developers are looking for music that has never been heard of before, if that makes any sense. They're looking for music that would be made in the year 2077. I'm into it because I really love white noise, and I figure that's where music is going to be in 60 years from now. Basically every frequency within the range of human hearing. Anyways, I'm really digging the experimentation on this project." Being honest though, music is one of the most underrated parts of video games, and I really think that it has made games like Red Dead Redemption or even The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt much better and immersive. That's why I really hope that Cyberpunk 2077 has a great musical score. Anyway guys, it is an exciting time to be a fan of CD Projekt Red because it seems that things are finally progressing. This is by far one of my most anticipated games, and I honestly think that this game is going to be revolutionary for this whole industry. But thank you guys for watching, and I want to know what you think about this potential E3 2018 reveal in the comment section below. Now also make sure to like the video if you did enjoy or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.